In today's episode, I have a very special guest joining us. We have Miss Kaisha Slaughter on the podcast talking all things pre-pregnancy, postpartum, and pregnancy. This is Kaisha's second child that she will be having, which is so crazy because when we first met, she was telling me how she didn't want to have a second kid. She was just one and done, but she has decided 7 years later to have another. And the reasoning behind that is all in today's podcast episode, along with we are talking all the things that she has done this pregnancy compared to her first pregnancy that makes it a night and day difference for the better because of the work that both of us now live, breathe, and teach. Kaisha and I have known each other for about 4.5 years and have just learned all things intuition, self-love, self-image together. And so having her on the podcast is always such a treat. And I love just chit-chatting with her. And you guys seem to really like it too. So if you are looking to step into your MILF era, which is Kaisha's bread and butter, you are going to want to keep listening. So let's get into today's podcast episode. Welcome to Intuitive Flow, hosted by me, Michaela Wallet, an intuitive who uses neuroscience to reprogram your subconscious and trained intuition to get to the root cause of your problems to help you create a life that you don't need a vacation from. You've landed in the place you need to be to hear the no bullshit truth about why you keep repeating the same love and money patterns and how to finally break them. This podcast is here to wake you up. It's time to stop living as the watered down version of yourself and step unapologetically into the woman you came here to be. The woman who trusts herself deeply, holds powerful standards, and naturally attracts the love, money, and life she desires. Let's flow. Hey guys, and welcome back to Intuitive Flow with Michaela Wallet. And today we have a special guest back on the pod with us today is Kaisha Slaughter. I am so excited to have you back, bestie. Welcome.
So excited to be back. Always my favorite place to be, yapping with the girlies.
Yes, literally same. Today I wanted to really focus on your the night and day difference between your your first pregnancy with Tate. If you don't know this, Kaisha has, how old's Tate? 7?
7.
Yeah. So a 7-year-old, and then she is pregnant with her second baby now, which is so exciting. And
Pop at any moment. It might be during this podcast. I don't know.
Yes, literally. But the night and day difference that like the pregnancies are, and the reason that that is because she is an intuitive. She's fully connected to her intuition. She has massively, massively raised her self-image. She prioritizes herself and puts herself first, which is, as we know here, the source definition of self-love. And I just want to hear all of the things that she's doing that's different from her first pregnancy compared to her second, and how she's preparing for postpartum. And I figured this would be such a great conversation to have on the podcast for those of you listening, because maybe you're wanting to be a MILF, maybe you are already a mom and you want to step into your MILF era. And if that's the case, then you got to listen to this episode because Kaisha is the queen of MILFs. So
Thank you. I'm honored. Well, Michaela's really trying to say is she's going to get knocked up soon, so she needs all the tea.
period.
No, but good. I could yap about this for days, but like I always tell my audience, like, sorry guys, I'm very like blunt, so if you're offended, don't listen to me. I'm sorry. But or do whatever. But I always tell everyone, with my first pregnancy, I hadn't connected to my intuition. I didn't have these tools. I didn't have any of the knowledge that I have now. I was raw dogging life. Okay. I had I got pregnant from dating Chris, and we were only dating for 3 months. So you can imagine the whirlwind. I was at the peak of my career. I was like, I'm living my best life. I'm going to be at this job forever and just climb the corporate ladder. I had myself out of the plans, thank God. So I get pregnant with him, right? And I immediately went into prenatal depression. I was so depressed the whole pregnancy. The pregnancy itself wasn't necessarily hard, but I was just very like mentally unwell.
Mm.
Ending up having the worst postpartum. Like I knew postpartum was gonna be bad because you hear about it kind of, but like no one really talks about it. Like it was wild, but like, so you have the postpartum depression to postpartum anxiety, postpartum rage. The rage no one warned you about. Like, you know, your ass is going to be depressed, but no one tells you want to set your house on fire 3 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
Like, the amount of things, like Chris, I don't know, we would just like fight and I would throw stuff at him. Not like big things, like I'm not that crazy, okay? But like I would throw stuff at him, right? And it's like, why am I doing this? Anyways, all this to say, I had like a crazy postpartum experience, right? And so this is why the age gap is so big because it was such a rough time for me. I was in that for 2.5 years really until I got into this work and started like, rewiring my brain, seeing the positives in motherhood because society paints you this like picture of like, oh, you're going to be a mom, like you're about to hate your life and you're about to be
Mm.
ugly and you're going to be fat and you're going to have to cut your hair and don't put yourself first because that's selfish. It's all about the kid and it's all about your husband. Fuck your career. You know what I mean? And it's just like I really unfortunately took that on as my identity. So when it came to like rewiring it, right, I started seeing that why did I take that on? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And,
Unsubscribe from that right now.
unsubscribe immediately. But like when I tell you guys my postpartum was gonna get dark for a second, guys. When I tell you my postpartum was like really low, like I would literally have my newborn. And it's crazy because if you know anything about dark forces, like they'll infiltrate your thoughts, right? But I would
Mhm.
be, and they really latch onto you during postpartum, which is why in MILF I teach you how to clear those so that way you're not, fighting for your life like I was. Anyways, but I was literally at one point standing in my kitchen and I was like, I think I was making myself food and like just rocking her. And so I lived on the 10th floor of an apartment building and I had a balcony and I kept
Mm.
hearing in my head, like, just jump off the balcony with your baby. Just jump off. You'll both be done in seconds. And I was like, oh, but I knew it wasn't me. You know what I mean? I was like, that's a
Yeah.
very weird thought to have. And I was like,
Yeah. You're like,
postpartum's
wouldn't it be
wild.
easier if it's
Yeah, it was
so
very
crazy
bizarre.
how it's so crazy how dark forces can infiltrate and make you. I mean, I've
Yes,
had it. I experienced it too. The same thing.
totally.
Not postpartum, obviously,
Right,
but
but
just
in
like,
depression, right? And it's like
hmm
if depression in general, you're going to experience something similar. And yeah, it
yeah.
was wild. And so, anyways, long story short, learned how to heal all of these things. And so that's why I teach it now. I'm actually very passionate about postpartum for that reason. Because like you see people losing their minds, and I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying I get it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oof." But yeah. So now, it took me a while to actually want to have a baby again because I was in the trenches. I was like, okay, I can do this. So now I'm due May 20th. She'll probably come early. We'll see. But I'm actually ready. I'm excited for postpartum. Like I've really rewired the neural pathway around like it doesn't have to be bad. Now is it going to be easy? Is it going to be a cakewalk? No. But I'm like well equipped with the tools, the ingredients to like plan and prepare for it. And I was telling Michaela earlier, I'm like, no, postpartum's about to make my ass a millionaire. Like I know that, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. Like I'm about to beat this bitch up, you know?
Period.
She's not taking me out again for 2 years.
No, what's crazy is I was actually thinking about this. When we met 4 years ago, I would remember talking to you about like if you were gonna have more kids, and you were like, "Oh,
Absolutely
absolutely
not.
not." Like, absolutely not. And one and done, I'm good. And now you're like so pregnant. The only
Literally.
reason that you are not coming to our wedding is because
Yeah, it's like the
you will
day after I'm
literally,
supposed to give birth.
yeah, you'll literally be giving birth.
I know, I was
Okay,
so sad.
well, we
Michaela sent her save the dates, and I was like, I would love to be there. However, I think I'm going to be in the hospital at that time.
Okay, but I digress about the wedding. Obviously, it's like all I can think about. But
Yeah, she's about to be wifed up. Like, what the hell? You're about
yeah,
to be a whole ass wife.
I
I'm about to be a whole ass mom of two. Who the
too.
fuck do I think I am?
So many insane, amazing, incredible things happening in both of our lives. But
Totally.
I want to like bring it back to what you were talking about with like just dark forces. Like, I feel like that's something that people they're not even aware of, or they don't want
Yeah.
to believe. You know, when things are like they test society's norm, and
Hmm.
so we just pretend like it's not real.
Yeah.
Just like how the Epstein files for a long time, people were like, oh,
Oh, that get
it's
me
not
started.
real, it's
Uh-huh.
just a story, blah, blah, blah. And now like the truth is actually coming out and there's proof behind it.
And it's like, oh, stuff I was saying 4 years ago. You guys told me I was so crazy. Kish, you're so
Mm.
crazy that people don't eat babies.
No, yeah, they
Really?
do. Yeah.
Okay.
And now we have proof.
Uh-huh.
So there's that. But like, just like there's dark or just like there's light, there is dark. And those
Hmm.
dark forces, they very much so exist and they very much so infiltrate your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. They heighten
Hmm.
the emotions that you're feeling on a day-to-day basis, especially the ones that are not serving you.
They can
And if you don't
sabotage your like manifestations.
100%, and if you're not fully equipped and knowledgeable on the types of dark forces and the types of clearings that you need to do in order to protect yourself from these outside forces, you are going to be living your life and it's not going to be as great as it very much so could be.
It's gonna
And
feel like I always tell people, like, you know how, oh, I had a dark cloud on me. What do they call it? The black cloud, the dark cloud, whatever. That's literally what it feels like. And it feels
yeah,
like something's always sabotaging you. And it is.
because it is.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
that's like where the dark cloud's coming from. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And so being able to clear and have those tools is like a fucking life-changing situation. And I always say this too, that with postpartum, you mentioned it's not something that's going to be easy, but it's
Mhm.
going to be a lot better, a lot better because you have the tools that you need to
Totally.
like protect yourself and clear what needs to be cleared and move through the emotions that need to be moved through when the time comes. Like you have the
For
tools
sure.
now, whereas you didn't have the tools. You were just, as you said, like raw docking life.
Literally.
And that is going to make the hugest fucking difference. And I'm so excited to like
Hmm.
watch you go through that because like when I was going through my depression and I mean, I was depressed and anxious the majority of my life since like
Right.
high school until I was around 30 and learned this work. And I haven't it's not that I've never been anxious again. I haven't been depressed, which is incredible, but I have actually that's a lie. I was depressed when my business went through a 6 month plateau. That was a hard time.
Understandable.
That was a hard time, okay? But then we fixed it.
Yeah.
And also during that
You
time, I
persevered.
was so disconnected that I actually wasn't clearing my dark forces.
Mm.
Yeah. And then as soon as I started clearing my dark forces again, I started fucking coming back to myself. So it's just
You're
like a
like,
test.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like I forgot everything that I just learned. And that's what dark forces do. They fucking sabotage your success. They're like, oh, she's actually like getting close. Like, we've got to
Right.
do something about that. And so
And to give
they
everyone
attack
context,
you.
right? Like they don't want more light beings in the world. If there's more light beings in the world, there's more intuitives, there's more people teaching thousand frequency information, right? It will raise the vibration. They don't want that. Why? Because you're easier to control if you're disconnected from your intuition, if you think the energy work isn't real. You know what I mean? So it's like, I always
Mhm.
get people that while I'm saying this, I always get people ask like, well, why would they want to do that? What does it benefit them? Well, they don't want you to succeed. They don't want more light beings. They want to you're talking about people from living from a scarcity mindset that are in power. Like they think that there's only a certain amount of money in the world and it's all theirs. Like there's just I could talk about this for years or for days, but
Yeah.
they very much don't want the world to be a high vibrational place.
Yeah, exactly. So little rant there on dark forces, but it's a necessity. And when I have other intuitives, specifically Kaisha on the podcast, like and I don't sound as crazy to other people. I mean, if you're listening to this fucking podcast, you're with the times. You're with what we're teaching. But also like going and diving into like the reality of how
For
dark
sure.
forces, like being able to clear them off of us have like massively impacted our lives is huge.
Hmm.
And it's something that I teach in every single program, actually. Like
Oh, nice.
Mrs. Wallet's money method, there's a couple dark force clearings in there. Um, what else do I do?
Intuition. What else do I teach?
Awaken Intuition Training Camp, definitely
Hmm.
teaching all things dark forces in there. And then also Devoted. I teach dark force clearings in
Oh,
there.
nice.
Obviously not all of them. Like
For sure, but
if
like the
you're into
few
all
that
of them,
like,
yeah, but like the few that really will make a big difference
sure.
and like protecting yourself,
Yeah, I teach in
obviously.
MILFU and intuition. Those are the only two so far. But yeah, I definitely like intuition, like you have to have it because you're in people's energy, like you know what I mean? And then MILFU,
Mhm.
if I'm talking about postpartum and just like, I have people that take MILFU that aren't even moms yet and they see the benefits even from MILFU, even without being a mom, and they get to heal the shit
Totally.
before they become a mom, which is fantastic. I wish I had me when I was
No,
pregnant with Gina.
literally. Literally. If I learned this work before, I mean, I would have saved myself
Literally.
so much shit, but also everything is
For sure, but then
perfect.
I wouldn't have these great stories to tell you.
No,
So, you know what I mean?
literally, yeah.
It'd be
I
so
wouldn't
boring
be
because
able
like
to
what would
talk.
I talk about?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to talk about my ex-boyfriend who dumped me because I didn't have a 401k and steady income. LOL, joke's on you, bitch. I swear to God, I'm going to use that line for the rest of my life because it's really good. I hope he fucking creeps on me.
Oh, it's so
I'm a
funny.
petty
Yeah.
ass bitch. Like I hope you
Oh, I
do.
am too. You go low, I'm going to hell. I don't care. I don't care how ingrained in this work I am. I am a petty girl. And it depends when you catch me because sometimes you catch me and I'm loving light and I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's the reflection. And sometimes I'm like, bitch, you fucking thought.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah.
And I'm a Gemini, so it might dual out it. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, yeah, she's spicy. She's a spicy gal. I digress. So we're getting off topic per usual, but reeling it back in, I want to know like what are you doing on the physical side of
Mm,
things differently? Because we know that you're connecting and rooting to like specific ingredients for,
hmm
the
Postpartum.
best for postpartum and like I'm sure the best birth that you can experience and all of that. Like, of course, there's the energetic side of it. What are you doing on the physical side of it that's different this time around from your first time around?
Good. Oh, and to be clear too, like, yes, I am doing energetic stuff. Postpartum, something, it's like I'll end up having to tweak it as I go through it because new things will come up, and that's totally normal, right? Like, I'll tweak it, and then that's when it's going to be my fucking bread and butter to like help you guys because I'm going to like figure out things as I'm going through it. But yes, to your point on the physical side, like, again, I was raw dogging life with Tatum. I did nothing on the physical side. Like, I can't think of one thing that I did to prepare. I also had to have an emergency C-section, wasn't prepared for that. So, like, it was just a lot. But anyway, this time around, like lymphatic drainage massages, you guys, they are pricey, but I am telling you, they will help you mental health wise and they'll help you physically because, especially if you're having a hospital birth, which I am, and you're getting an epidural, you're getting whatever the hell they're going to pump in your IV, even though you tell them no, right? You end up swelling, you have all these toxins, you just need to detox. So I will have one of those. I'll probably wait until for about 2 to 4 weeks, depending on like how I'm feeling to start integrating those, but that'll be one. And it also helps you get your body back. You get all that shit out, okay? And then you can shrink back down because a lot of the time, I mean, like, do you gain weight in pregnancy? Sure. A lot of it's water weight or like some of it's water weight, some of it's like the extra blood flow, whatever. So you look like bigger. So if you can like shrink down small, I'm not saying you're going to get abs tomorrow, but if you can at least like shrink down and you're like feeling like hot again. You know what I mean? Like you're just feeling more
Yeah,
like yourself.
yeah.
So anyway, 10 recommend that. There's also a lot of like other things it helps you with. It helps get rid of the night sweats. Anyway, I could go on about that forever, but that, you guys, I'm getting some like, these are like vain things to do, but like everyone falls into this, not I want to say everyone, but society paints this picture of like, when you're postpartum, you don't need to shower, take care of the baby. You just
Oh
stay in
my
the
God,
same
what?
clothes for three
No, no,
days. Like
no.
you just paint it and it's like no. And then so anyway, you'll see moms being like, haven't showered in 3 days. And it's like, put the baby down in the bassinet in the shower, not in the shower, but like in the bathroom and shower. Or I don't know, here's a wild idea. Give it to the fucking dad for 10 minutes so you can go wash your ass, like go
Hmm.
shower. I'm gonna brush my hair every day. Like I like to get ready in the mornings. No, I'm not saying I need to go have a full beat like I'm going to the club, but like put on some tinted moisturizer, put on some blush. Anyway, all that to say, I got my eyebrows done because that makes something easier, right? I just got my hair
Like
highlighted,
microbladed and shaded.
not microbladed. They're just laminated, but
Oh,
yes, shaded because they're blondie, so they need some color.
hmm, hmm,
Got some highlight, so that way I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not feeling ratchet. Not that
hmm.
like I'm ugly if I don't have highlights, but it's just more about feeling like yourself because you just go through this whole transition. Your hormones are up here and they come skyrocketing down. So anything that gives you that sense of normalcy it'll help you. So I have like my not spray tan, but like my tanning mitts that I'll use. And like, I'm not going to be leaving the house, but there's something about looking at yourself with a fresh tan. You just feel like you. Is it doing anything physically for me? No, but I feel like me, and that's what matters. Because if I feel like me, I'm happier. I'm in a better mood, which means I'm going to be a nicer person to Chris. He's going to be
Mm,
happier. Kate's going to
mm-hmm,
be happier because I'm happier. I have inner, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So those are some things I'm doing now. I also will have like meals prepped ready to go because I can't be cooking right now, you know what I mean?
Totally.
With a newborn. And it's like you have to learn the baby. Like Tatum was a very difficult baby. Love her, but she was so difficult. She wanted to be held 24/7. She never slept. So it's like I had to adjust to like her, which is fine. Like you adjust to the baby, but it's just I have to wait for that to happen. Well, I think that's all I have planned for now. But oh, well, besides
Mm-hmm.
like physical walks, right? Like I'm gonna be taking walks outside, and like I'm not obviously gonna be working out for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
The outdoor walks, they're good for the clearing the brain. You know what I mean? They're good
Yeah.
for just being active, again, sweating, getting some of that off. Now, it'll take me probably a good 2 weeks before I can like feel comfortable walking outside, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be smooth and everything will be bright and sunny down there and I can go on walks right after.
If you've ever thought, why do I make money but it never stays? Or why does it feel like I'm doing everything right but my income just doesn't grow? This is for you because the truth is, it's not your strategy, it's your identity. Money doesn't respond to how hard you work, it responds to who you believe you are and how safe your body feels holding it. And most women, they're trying to build wealth on a foundation that literally cannot hold it. That's why you have good months followed by pullbacks, income ceilings you can't break, or money that comes in and disappears just as fast. Inside Mrs. Wallet's Money Method, we fix that. This is an 8-week identity and energetic recalibration where you learn how to rebuild your money identity and regulate your nervous system around receiving more and actually become the version of you who holds more money consistently. By week 3, the women inside are already seeing shifts. One of my students manifested a raise. Another had a random $6,000 deposited into her account, not because they worked harder, not because they hustled more, but because they shifted the identity their money was responding to. This is what happens when you stop chasing money and start becoming the woman it stays with. So if you're done guessing and done repeating the same patterns and you're ready to actually understand what your money is trying to show you, Mrs. Wallet's Money Method is for you. Check out the show notes below and start binging today. So you are doing the epidural?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I love that natural birth is trending right now. I actually think it's really cool. It's not for me. I want a fat needle in my back and I want to be in the least amount of pain as possible. Now, am I
Yeah.
gonna wait till the last minute to get it? Yes. But I'm yes. Load me up with a fat needle in my back.
Oh my God. I can't
Like
even think about that. Like, it's so
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, I mean, I haven't even thought about the birth
Sure.
and how I want to do things. But I will say
Well, and
that
it's
my,
like you can change your mind too, right? You can
yeah.
go in with like wanting to do natural, and then you might feel like contractions and change your mind. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay. Just like having options and being okay with whatever you feel like doing. There's no right or wrong way to do it, right? It's just whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Yeah.
I will say there's a lot of pros to doing it naturally. Like, laying on your back isn't the most natural way to give birth. You're kind of fighting against gravity. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like if you're like giving birth naturally, you can stand up, you can do other like positions, which are supposed to be better. But again, it's like, I'll take the epidural.
Let's just
I had to have
play
an emergency C-section last time, so it's like if if
some
if I
like
have to
very,
do it again, like I don't want to, but like I'd rather just be prepared.
yeah. Yeah. Wait, so you did not with the epidural and then had an emergency C-section?
Well, no, so I did have an epidural then as well, but this is actually funny. Funny now, it's not funny at the
I
time.
was like, funny?
Yeah, it was not funny at the time. I intuitively knew. I wasn't connected to my intuition back then. Like I was intuitive. Was I listening to everything? No.
Yeah.
I knew damn well I was gonna have to have an epidural. I mean, not an epidural, C-section. And I was like, no, absolutely not. And so I was like planning for everything. So I'm a very small girl. I am 5'2". Without when I'm not pregnant, I'm like 115 pounds. Okay, so I'm a relatively small human. Tatum was 8 pounds and 3 ounces. She was a big girl, okay? For me, for my body. So she got stuck in my hip. So anyway, I was already having the epidural, luckily. But the problem is since she was stuck in my hips, the epidural stopped working on that side. So it was only working on one side. So they had to take that one out, give me another epidural. And I had to push for 2 hours. So I might as well give, vaginal birth too. So I had to recover from that. And then the C-section. So it was just like a traumatic birth, really.
Yeah.
But
That
this
sounds,
time, like, I already know what to expect for a C-section. I know how to prepare for that. I know how to prepare for vaginal birth. So I'm just kind of like, yes, I've been connecting to things for the best birth, but also I'm kind of prepared for like whatever action I need to take. Like intuitively, I'm not a match for a C-section right now, which God
mm-hmm.
bless.
Mm-hmm.
But if something crazy happens and that's what I have to do, then I have to be okay with that, and I have a plan in action if that happens.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, I was gonna bring that up, like, if you were seeing how much of a match you are for like certain scenarios that you don't
Hmm.
want happening, and then like how insanely incredible is that we have that gift to be able to
Totally.
be like, okay, what percentage of a match am I for a C-section or
Hmm.
for the baby to be breached or, so
Right.
on and so forth, like all of the different things that can happen while giving birth. Like the fact that you have that ability to be like, I am a match this percentage and we need to be less than this percentage. So like what do I need to do and like energetically and physically to like be less of a
Right.
match, right? Like that's so incredible and
Yeah.
we wouldn't know how to do that unless it were
Well, I didn't
for
my
getting
first one.
connected.
That's why I was freaking
Yeah.
struggling, man.
Yeah, like getting connected to our intuition is truly like that much of a game changer. It's like, why would you
Yeah,
not? Why would you fucking not? Like, what's
totally.
happening?
And it's like it's taken
What are
like
you holding
the
back on?
fear out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
sure, childbirth is a lot, but it's like I'm with Tatum, I was like, the unknown. I've already done it one time and I survived that crazy ass fucking C-section I had to have. So it's like, okay, I've already done that. I'm prepared for if it has to happen again. Law of preparedness. If you don't know, it's like
Hmm.
what you're prepared for, like typically doesn't end up happening because you're already prepared for it. So I'm prepared for multiple scenarios running at once. And then I'm hoping for a VBAC. If you don't know what a VBAC is, it's vaginal birth after cesarean. So I had a cesarean section with Tatum. So this would be a vaginal birth after that. I told,
Hmm.
who was that? I told one of my friends that, and she was like, wait, so you're going to get cut open and then push out of your vagina? I was like, no, I've already
No.
been cut open with my first. So now I'm trying to push her through the birth canal without that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but it's a lot. And then, so I don't really know how to explain this because I don't know much about it myself. But there's like, it's stupid. It's basically certain people are carriers for strep, and of course I'm the lucky one. So they're like, well, we're gonna have to give you antibiotics at birth, which pisses me off, but it's fine. I'll deal with it. But yeah, other than that, I'm like, if that's the least of my worries, then sure, give me the antibiotics and
Yeah.
let me live my life.
I know how you are with antibiotics, so like that's kind of huge. Like
I
this
know.
girl, we've been on a couple of different like trips together, and this girl carries around her 18 bottles of vitamins everywhere she goes.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
is
prepared. Okay.
yeah, no, which is funny because literally now same.
Yeah, yeah, you're prepared too. Yeah, so now they're on my pregnancy supplements right now, right? Like I have one that's like keeping the water off of me, so I'm not retaining a bunch of water. I retained a bunch of water with Tatum. Now, don't get me wrong, am I retaining a little bit? Like, yes, but I'm not holding on to it and feeling like a beached whale. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm like swollen, I'm so uncomfortable and like it's the
Oh
worst
yeah.
thing ever for me.
Yeah.
So it's been great to not have that. Now the emotional root behind it is feeling stuck in life. So it's been nice to have that. I'm shifting it, if I ever feel stuck, which I do all the time because I'm crazy. Um I'm shifting it, right? But I didn't have the ability last pregnancy to even hone in and see what a body reflection was. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
Yeah.
know how to listen to the body. I didn't know how to intuitively channel. I didn't damn sure didn't know how to heal it. I was
Yeah.
just like, well, guess I'll deal with nausea every day. What else do I do? And it's like I haven't been nauseous one time,
Yeah.
you
Because
know.
yeah, like it literally just everything that we do, it gives us the power. It gives us our power back instead of being like, oh, this is just
Totally.
how life is. No, it's
Yeah.
not. There's an energetic root cause to everything. And the minute that you can look in and figure out what that is and then shift and heal it, like
And then
you have
thrive,
your
and you
power
don't
back.
have to deal with all of the freaking, I don't know, pharmaceuticals and whatever the hell else. 'Cause, like my
Yeah. And
thyroid, this is before I got pregnant, but I had hypothyroidism, and everyone told me, "Oh, it's just genetics," and I was like, "It's not."
yeah.
Healed it, and now we're thriving. Haven't looked back since.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, I think the health, like clients who I've recently had like a client reach out to me. I've been working with her for over a year now.
Hmm.
But she had cystic fibroids on her
Okay.
uterus and she got surgery to get them removed. She's also doing like the energy work behind it now and
Hmm.
has been for a long time. And she was told like the likelihood of them coming back like multiple times, no matter how many times you remove them, are very high.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh. And so she recently went in for like a 1 year post-op
Mm.
check-in and she is free and clear and has like the most healthiest
Hell,
uterus that you can have and
hell
she's
yeah.
not ever going to have fibroids on her uterus ever again, which is like
I love
it's that type of shit that like, hearing your story, hearing that story, hearing other clients who I've helped
that.
when it comes to like their health with shifting and healing, things like that, using intuition, like that's that shit that I like love.
Yes, and
And
then
that
it
just
makes
proves it.
the I love this work in general, but it's just
Yeah.
like knowing you're helping someone like live a better quality life, like absolutely. Immediately, yes.
I
Subscribe.
mean, period. Yes, exactly. That's
But
truly
that's
what
how I
keeps
feel
us
about
going.
pregnancy and postpartum, right? Because again, it was like such a low time for me the first time around. So now when I see people who have bought into these societal limiting beliefs and they feel like they have to, I mean, you guys, I was so convinced that I had to like get a mom haircut. I had to shop at mom stores. I had to just like be this like in my head, this gross version of myself. And you don't. Because who the fuck says you can't have a rockin' six pack after kids? Who says you can't dress hot as fuck? Who says you can't still fix your hair and do your makeup and run a thriving business? Like you can do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong reason. If you don't want to do any of that, then don't do it, any of it. But my point is, if you want to, you can, and you can create that reality for yourself. You don't have to listen to these like societal beliefs of like, oh, it's just how it is. Don't put yourself first when you have kids. That's selfish. Well, how am I going to give to my entire house and take care of everyone if my cup is on zero? You know what I mean? And
Mm,
it's like, yeah,
yeah.
sure. Do you need to get a massage every day? That'd be great. Is it realistic? No. But you still have to put yourself first throughout the day, whether that's me getting up and putting makeup on, fixing my hair, changing my clothes. Like, it can be small things to put yourself first.
Hmm.
Just acknowledging, like, hey, I'm putting myself first for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to pick the crying baby up and go feed her, whatever. But yeah, it's just shifting
Yeah.
the perspective this time and not feeling like I have to show up a certain way because society says so. Like I get to choose what's true for me. And if something goes wrong and a reflection comes up, like knowing I have intuition to intuitively channel and shift it right there on the spot and not be hindered by it for 2 years like I was last time.
Mm, yeah.
It's really empowering, honestly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't wait.
I know.
I mean, I can, but I can't. I don't know. We'll see.
I get you. Yeah. So when I'm FaceTiming Michaela whenever she's pregnant, I'll be your no, I'm not going to be a doula because I don't know anything about that, but like I'll be your intuitive guider.
Yeah,
You're
which
doing
is
great,
great.
sweetie.
Cannot wait. I mean, we were already like texting each other. Can you like just double check this? Because am I right? Are my emotions fucking with this? Or like, are we good? Are we good? Or we're good? Okay, cool. We're getting the same numbers. Okay, great.
No, literally,
Um,
especially for like big things, right? It's like, yeah, let me double check before I spend $5,000 on something or whatever.
yeah. Literally me the other day.
LOL.
Okay. If you had to give one piece of advice to somebody who is thinking about maybe, okay, who is pregnant right now
Mm-hmm.
and maybe are subscribing to some of the limiting beliefs that society puts on us, what would you say to them? Like, what's a piece of advice that you would give them to like unsubscribe other than just like, just unsubscribe, like just stop believing it because like just stop
Yeah.
believing in something that you've been like programmed to believe for
Sure.
decades. Like it's a lot harder to
Oh, yeah.
break. You know what I'm saying? So like what's like some sort of thing that you could
Good.
give?
So my go-to method for this, it's for number one, figure out what you've been feeling. You have to be specific on what you're feeling. Like, are you feeling like you're going to lose your body? Are you feeling like you're going to lose yourself? Are you feeling like you can't create a business? Whatever it is, like just get specific on what you're feeling. What I always do, if the brain is seeing someone else create your life, something that you want, it's already proof that it's possible. So all you have to do is, for me, like my whole thing is like, I was seeing online, it's harder to get your body back after kids. Okay, so you know what I did? I went and found all these hot moms who have had 2 or more kids, have a rockin' six pack, run multi-million-dollar businesses, and they're my phone background right now. So I look like a lesbian. Oh, you can't see it. I look like a lesbian. It's fine. I have a bunch of hot moms in like bikinis because it's possible. I'm showing to my brain it's possible. It doesn't have to be harder after your second kid. Now I know the reflection behind it so I can heal it. But anyways, if you don't know that, right, it's just create a mood board of something that you want to create and with like actual people that have already created your dream life. You're showing your brain right there. It's proof. So like if they can do it, why can't you? You know what I mean?
Mm, so good.
Yes, that's
Period.
my. I have a inspiration board. Well, what is it? In Instagram, like the folders where you can like save reels. So anytime I see a hot mom with like multiple kids and she's like, hair done, looking hot, I'm like, oh, yep, save into that folder. More proof to my brain, right?
That's good. That's smart.
So I'm telling
I'm
you, like,
definitely
I'm
gonna
gonna.
steal that.
Oh, and back to my physical action. I forgot about this one. I have a belly bind. I swear by belly binding. I did it intuitively with Tatum. Again, I didn't know how to use my intuition at the time, but so I just was following whatever. But
Yeah.
you bind your stomach for like every day for like hours for like a good 6 to 8 weeks, and it makes your uterus shrink quicker.
What does that even mean? What is that? What are you talking about?
You know what belly binding is?
No?
Like a waist trainer.
Okay. I just bought one of those and
Yeah, so basically after you give birth, okay, because like your stomach is still swollen. Like yes, you pop out a 8 pound human, but your stomach doesn't go down for a hot
yeah.
minute because it's still swollen. So you put belly binders on and you wear them every day for like, I wore it for like 12 hours, but you're supposed to wear them to like 4 to 6. And it basically just helps it like shrink down quicker, so that you're like getting tighter quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I did it
no.
with Tatum. I did it with like I would buy leggings, like Lululemon leggings, and I would wear my pre-pregnancy size. So it wasn't an actually belly binder, but the shit was tight because it wasn't my size.
Yeah.
It felt really good just to like have something like holding your stomach in. So
Hmm.
again, I was doing what just felt good, and it ended up being like I didn't realize belly binding was a thing until I got pregnant this time, and I was like, oh, I did that with Tatum. I didn't even know I was ahead of the trend.
Yeah.
But
No.
now I bought like actual like waist trainers instead of leggings. I have both, I guess, but.
Okay. That's so funny because I had never heard of like a waist trainer or belly binding like ever before. And on my bachelorette trip, one of my girlfriends had her waist trainer and she was like, you need to get one of these. And I was like, okay, send me the link. So then I bought it. And then last night I got it and I put it on for the first time and I like could not for the life of me get it on by myself. So I had Bryson
It's
in there
hard.
helping me get it on. And he was like, because when you put it on, it's like it literally makes you, like look like an
Right.
like you look like Kim Kardashian,
Yeah.
and it's insane, and it is kind of doing a lot. And so if you don't
You
know
like
what it
can't breathe
is,
for a
like,
minute either.
yeah, no, Bryson was like, I don't like it, I hate it, you're doing too much. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, it's not like to wear out, it's to waist
Right.
train. But like
Yes.
men just don't understand, so they're gonna shit on,
No.
they're
You're
gonna
like,
shit
please
on
go
it.
use your 3-in-1 shampoo and stay in your own lane, okay? Like, just please.
No, literally. Last night was the epitome. Like, ugh, he's sitting on the couch eating his Ninja Creamy ice cream, watching TV, and I'm in my office on my treadmill, walking, making sure I'm hitting my 10K steps for the day while working on a fucking slide deck for Mrs. Wallet's Money Method. Like, I'm like, dude, to be a man, to be a man,
To be a fucking man.
to be a man. Anyways, I
It's
digress.
unreal.
All right, Kaisha, I love you so much. I appreciate you and all of your incredible knowledge. You guys, if you are a mom and you want to get your head out of your ass and figure out how to do all of the things that we were just talking about, MILFU is definitely where you're going to want to do it. Follow Kaisha. All of her shit is going to be in the show notes below. Mrs. Wallet's money method is still open for enrollment. You can snag that in the show notes below as well. This is all that we've got for you today. Kaisha, thank you so much.
And that's it, folks.
And that's it. That's all we got.
Bye.
Bye. If you love this episode, make sure you follow Intuitive Flow so you don't miss the next conversation. And if you're loving the show, leave a 5-star rating and review. It helps more women find this podcast and finally break the cycles they've been feeling stuck in. You can find me on Instagram or TikTok at MichaelaWallet_. And if you're ready to go deeper into rebuilding your self-trust, raising your standards, and cleaning up your energetic hygiene, check the show notes for ways to work with me below. And remember, the life you want is not out of reach. You just need to become the woman who can hold it. Until next time, keep flowing.